Looking back towards Reading. Looking along river towards Tilehurst. Afternoon. The path runs by the railway wall just before I'm getting into Tilehurst. This is Tilehurst. It looks as though the Thames Path goes up through the station here. So this is where I climb the steps and go over the railway line. At Tilehurst station. So this is a huge lock here at Mapledurham.
Yeah, it's 220 feet long by 21 foot wide.
So how many boats have you got in it now?
There's 5 in it at the moment. I could get 9 60-foot narrowboats in it.
Can you really?
Yeah. You get 3, 3 and 3.
So how much do the boat owners have to pay to come through here?
Well, they pay a licence fee. They have to have insurance like you would on a car. They have to have a boat safety certificate, which is similar to having an MOT.
Right.
But you only get that once every 4 years.
So that covers them for any accident in the lock?
Yeah, well, the boat safety just says that the boat is suitable to be on the river, it's safe.
Right.
That gets retested every 4 years. You have to have at least third-party insurance up to the value of £1 million. And you're welcome. And you have to have your river licence, which varies in price depending on the size of your boat.
So they're not allowed to go through the lock unless they've got that document?
That's right. If they haven't got a licence, or if they're a visitor to the Thames, then they need to buy a visitor's licence.
Right. There's not much space at the side of the narrow barge there, is there?
No, there's enough for them to get past. You're welcome. See you later. Take care.
Well, thank you, sir, for that information. Very interesting.
Right.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mapledurham Lock. Looking along river towards Pangbourne. This appears to be a very popular spot, the end of Pangbourne Meadow. Near Whitchurch Bridge. This is Whitchurch Bridge. Looking down towards Purley from Whitchurch Bridge, across Pangbourne Meadow. The toll house at Whitchurch Bridge. Looks like I've got to pay a halfpenny to go across on foot. And every fourth is 2p. Towards the toll house, across the river to Whitchurch Bridge. And along this path, which should lead to the church. This is another place where the Thames Path goes through the churchyard at Whitchurch. Inside the church here at Whitchurch. The village of Whitchurch on Thames has an old traditional red telephone box, but it has a defibrillator in it. That's the edge of the Chiltern Hills in the distance, but I have to walk along this little lane, which eventually should take me through a wood. So I'm still walking along the detour that takes me away from the river. Walk down here, and I was told it was steep. It's got some like steps on the right hand side. I'll use those. Nearly at the bottom of the steps now. Now I've got to walk up a steep path. This is where I've just walked up. That's the view over towards the Chilterns on my right, and this is the footpath ahead. Here I am walking along, and at last a welcome glimpse of the Thames. So I'm almost back to following the Thames Path by the side of the Thames. I certainly won't do any shooting. Another glimpse of the Thames through the trees as I walk along this path, which will gradually take me back to the side of the Thames, closer to the river. It's so peaceful here. If you stand very still in the heart of a wood, you will hear many wonderful things. The fall of a leaf, the snap of a twig. Nearly back to the level of the river now. I have to continue for quite a long way following this path above the level of the river. And what's that away to my left? Looks like a fortification remaining from the Second World War. I'd like to know the story of it. How many years ago did this tree come down and cut off over the path? Quite a few, I fancy. This is where a footpath goes down back to the side of the Thames. And so I rejoin the path at the side of the Thames. I'm now walking along a tarmacked road, hopefully, which will take me to Goring station, where I shall get a train to Reading, Reading to Paddington, Paddington St Pancras to East Midlands Parkway. The Catherine wheel at Goring.